From a nauseating video of a fishing trawler being tossed around in some monstrous waves, to the shocking scene of a cargo ship losing control and crashing through a dock, here are 18 minutes of unbelievable moments that were caught on camera. Within the Cebu province of the Philippines, you'll find the port city of Toledo. Ships of all sizes can be found here each and every year, and it's here where this next video was captured. Back on June 16th of 2020, an employee at a shipyard heard a loud commotion on a dock and quickly went to see what it was all about. When he got there, he saw that a massive cargo ship had lost control and was heading right for another dock. It was at this point when the man began filming and captured the exact moment the ship crashed in spectacular fashion.
Patay. Buha bayran na ni sir. Control.
To put the size of the ship in the video into perspective, it was carrying a load of roughly 18,000 tons of coal to be delivered to a local power plant. The cause of the crash was determined to be from the loss of engine power, making controlling the massive vessel nearly impossible. Despite the chaos, no one on the dock or on board the ship was injured. Out of the 5 oceans on our planet, the Atlantic is considered to be one of the largest. It is composed of 2 halves separated near the equator, the northern and southern. Throughout the year, certain parts of the north become rather unforgiving, with huge waves and powerful storms being a common occurrence. Back on May 1st of 2021, 2 Scottish fishing vessels were out at sea when the weather suddenly changed. A man on board one of the ships noticed the other struggling through the rough waters. He quickly began filming, and what he captured is enough to make you seasick just watching it. What's surprising is that by the looks of the video, the waves really didn't seem like anything that out of the ordinary, at least not by our standards. If anything though, this makes the video all the more surreal. If small waves would make the ship bounce around like that, what would large ones do? Thankfully, both vessels were able to withstand the storm and soon made it to their destination unscathed. Along the borders of Nepal and India exists a city called Bharatpur. The city itself is mostly flat, but much like the other areas of the country, the outskirts are lined with some seriously impressive mountain ranges. With this beauty, however, lies a hidden threat that often goes forgotten: landslides. On July 29th of 2020, a group of tourists on a hike were startled by a rumbling sound off in the distance. When they looked to see what it was, they were shocked to see a landslide forming high up on the mountain. As they watched in awe, it soon became apparent that not only was it growing in size, but it was now headed right for them. Those closest to the landslide were slow to react at first, only running out of harm's way at the very last moment. Thankfully, everybody was able to walk away uninjured. Given how mountainous the country is, moments like these certainly are not uncommon, but capturing one this close definitely is. When you think of a ship launch, something like this probably comes to mind. But ships are launched in a variety of ways, and every once in a while, things don't go according to plan. Back on June 3rd of 2018, a group of workers at a Brazilian shipyard were launching a multi-million-dollar yacht with the help of a large crane. At first, things seemed to be doing just fine, but all that changed when one of the cables snapped, sending the brand new ship crashing into the water below.
No te puedo creer.
The yacht did unfortunately capsize once it hit the water, leaving workers in a panic as they tried to figure out what to do next. The failure seems to most likely be the fault of improper attachment to the crane. While nobody was injured, let's just hope that the shipyard had insurance, because this was definitely one expensive mistake. The town of Maratea is a small community located on the western coast of Italy. With a population right around 5,000 people, life here is definitely on the simpler side, making moments like the one you're about to see all the more terrifying. On March 21st of 2018, a storm in the Tyrrhenian Sea rocked the coastal town with strong wind, rain, and rough seas. During the height of the storm, a local noticed that the waves were a bit rougher than usual. So he began filming and ended up capturing the exact moment that multiple tsunami-like waves overran the small harbor. According to local reports, the waves caused a considerable amount of damage to the region, flooding streets, buildings, and damaging infrastructure. In the video, you can see what looks to be some sort of charging station being completely flooded with water. Despite this, there were thankfully no people in the harbor at this time, so the damage was only material. Back on July 10th of 2017, a tractor at a fair in New Brunswick, Canada, experienced quite the failure when its engine blew up during a pulling event. When the video begins, you see the tractor rolling coal as it pulls the weight behind it. A few moments later, the engine explodes from the beating it was taking. Not only did the engine fail, but the tractor itself actually split in half from the force of the crash. As you can see from the video, the driver was thankfully fine, but the tractor sure has seen better days. When putting your machine to the test like this though, what else would you expect? On September 7th of 2015, a group of friends in the United Arab Emirates were filming a commercial for Nissan in the middle of a flash flood. At first, the water seems manageable, with a white Jeep Safari making it across with ease. Seeing this, the Nissan Patrol heads into the water and is almost immediately caught in the current. Fearing the car will get swept away, the Jeep driver actually goes back out into the water and a rescue operation begins.
لا دوسة لا تخف عليه دوسة غلط وقلنا ترى
After a few minutes, the Jeep managed to pull the Nissan from the water and out of harm's way. Definitely not the outcome you want when you're trying to film a commercial for that car, but at least everybody walked away uninjured. The country of Nepal is one that is known for its beautiful landscape and towering mountains. Back on March 27th of 2019, a group of tourists visiting the country witnessed what appeared to look like a cloud off in the distance. Upon further inspection, they realized it was actually the beginnings of a massive avalanche, and it was quickly heading down the mountain.
यहाँ आउँछ त्यहाँ पुग्यो हो कम्नु है पिसाङ त अन्ध्यारै भयो अब त गाउँमै जाला जस्तो त
All in all, it took only a few minutes for the avalanche to make it all the way down the mountain, leaving a large cloud of snow in its wake. Seeing how much of the mountain it covered was definitely a bit alarming, but the angle from which this video was shot also gives you a good idea of the scale. But due to the remoteness of the region, nobody is believed to have been caught in its path. Well, that about wraps up this video. If you enjoyed it and want to see another just like it, then be sure to click the link on screen now. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.